What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, we find ourselves within the confines of Too Cool to Con, and hopefully, I can make it right with, people getting the notifications, chiming in, and hopefully we can get another dialogue going tonight. Just waiting to see who will appear in the actual chat room so we can get something going. If not, I always said if it doesn't crack, I'll end it at 15. If it doesn't crack from there, we'll end it within 30. So let's see where it will go tonight. Who is out there? Appreciate the thumbs up. I'm just here. I'm waiting till, people start falling in the actual live, you know, and start posting whatever they want to say. I'm here. Matter of fact, let me send out notifications. What's going on, James? How you feeling? How you doing? Hopefully, your situation turned out for the better, you know. Hopefully, they recognize, what needs to be done, and nothing is a added situation to what you got going on. Like I said, I appreciate them thumbs up so far. Let me where is so as soon as some more people fall inside to this particular live stream, it'll depend on if I okay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear your case went well. That's a I love to hear that. Hopefully, like I said, they recognize all the points and all the things that you've been going through. You've been, diligently about your business, so they couldn't, try to sanction you in any type of way. And it's showing likes, but it ain't really showing the people. Okay, now I see it's trying to go up, but let me, I got these multiple different things I'm checking in on, so just trying to make sure everything is copacetic. Matter of fact, everybody that was in here, matter of fact, people that caught the replay, hey, I got a lot of feedback from people that actually did chime in. They said they liked it listening with Dre Chili up in the room. Let me see. Okay, what up, bro? Good evening, gentlemen. What it do? What do you think of the officer that was found guilty? I think that's a good thing. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but how much time will she actually get? That's the whole dilemma. I like to know how much actual time will she get. Hopefully, it's not. Oh well, we'll give her 5 years or something like that. Hopefully, it's nothing like that. It would be something if they gave her the death penalty, but I don't even think that's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna let that happen. That's something I don't think is in the cards. What's your outlook on it, bro? What's your feeling, your thought? I, 'cause, 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 ' Okay, so it's starting from 5 to life. So yeah, it makes me think it'll be like a brother that got killed up in Oakland. I won't say that cop's out right now to this day. He's free. So I got a feeling it's gonna be a situation like that where it's not gonna be that many years, you know, that she'll actually get. But we'll see whenever they come about. I don't know if will they do it today or when will they read how what her sentencing will be. Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate the thumbs up. But yeah, yeah, we had a few different topics going on. Matter of fact, if you're falling into this particular live stream, catch the live stream from yesterday. I didn't believe that it didn't feel like it went 3 hours, but I guess we went 3 hours. I was maxing out at it being only 30 minutes, and it turned into 3 hours. So that just lets you know once a dialogue gets going and we get to talking about certain topics, it time is not the issue. Let me see. I think she was unqualified and improperly trained. For some reason, Caucasian officers get a good position just for being European. Yeah, I believe that. I believe, but as far as, I want to say they said she was texting her boyfriend right before she did any of that. She tried to claim, well, I didn't know where I was at. Come on. I mean, you have your cell phone in your hand and you know to answer a text. And you know how to respond to a text. So you know that much. But then you claim you don't know the other part where you took someone's life. No, I'm not buying it. It's too convenient. But, a lot of them play they know they play that crazy role and they can beat it like that. So, I like to know if she'll get as much time as, here in my state, the Somali officer that shot the Australian woman. Will she get as much time as him or will she get less time? Like I said, that is to be determined. We'll see. We got 5 people in the room. Like I said, the hotline is available, but I'm not gonna throw it up until someone really requires it to be up. I guess we don't need no unnecessary people clogging up the line and, wasting our time when, we can be chopping up something that can, turn into something that may be important for someone to actually speak on. Okay, you said brothers who were in law enforcement told blacks are mostly assigned to the jailhouse, even if qualified to be a detective. Also, females always play the crazy card, like they are Harley Quinn. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, and you think about it, the generation that we're in, Me Too movement, and they want to further, I guess, females being empowered and things like that. We're gonna have probably a lot more situations like this playing out. You just gotta kind of be mindful of your situation, and hopefully, if you can maneuver yourself in a position to take control over a situation, do that so you can, hopefully save your family some grievance or something of that matter. So we got 5. Well, so it says we got 5. I don't actually know if that's actually 5. It could be more. We done heard from James and we done heard from Bro, but who's the other 3 that's out there lurking? That's what I'm really wondering. Like I said, if If you out there, you're a newbie, just say what's up. Like, hey, Reed, this is my first time, or hey, Reed, y'all really don't be saying nothing, but I'm letting you know I'm here, cause that makes me think, as agents out there just lurking and listening, got the, notepad, jotting down things or something like that. But I titled this particular live, "Actions Reveal the Motives." Most definitely. I appreciate that, James. Actions reveal the motives. How someone moves. I don't care how sweet they talk, how it seems like they're really resonating from a certain place. If their actions don't move in the same matter as what they're saying, they're not to be believed. You know, that's how I look at it. What you say out your mouth and do with your actions, that says more. They got to roll in pairs. One can't be, you know, opposite of the other. They cancel each other out. So if you say you're gonna be about this, actually be about it. And if you say that you're going to be about it, but then it's determined that you cannot be about it, then at least come back and be like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be able to be about this. I extended myself out further than I probably expected. Can you forgive me for me misspeaking? That's an actual when they say someone misspoke or they're talking out of turn or whatever, that's the way to actually correct it. Like, yeah, I know I said this, but I came back in enough time to correct my wrongs. That's respectable. Leaving someone hanging, that's not respectable. That's just expecting them. Okay, they'll get over it. They'll be cool with it. No, I'm not cool with it. Not at all. And you're a grown man or a grown woman, so you either can respect that or you could be like, okay, I'm cool. You know, it shouldn't be no malice held. We have 7 people in the actual live stream. We just have Bro and James, chiming in. I'm trying to think where some of the regulars at. I want to say Rated Shot, Low. Now we have Low's brother coming through. Who else? Malik, that we were speaking with last night. The Dre Chili, he said he chimes in occasionally. I mean, Choice, you can't forget Choice. He always adds something to the conversation. Lisa Smith, she takes over with Rated Shot every now and again. So, yeah, but I'm glad it's starting to be a little a more consistent following. I try to stay consistent, going live every day. As long as it's a topic that we can expand upon and talk about and dialogue about, it's all good. Matter of fact, I can't forget Sir Bree when he comes in, and Williams. Matter of fact, you too, Williams too. Okay. Yep. I kind of figure you probably on the road or something. Like, oh, Williams probably busy. I know you've been trying to get the things together with your roof situation and things like that. So, that's to be expected. That you got prior engagements. Let me see. So that's 3 so far. So who's the other 2 then? Because we have 5, and we don't heard from Williams. We don't heard from James, and we don't heard from Bro. So who's the other 2? Oh, nothing much, Williams. We just this how it goes when we're first trying to get it started. I'll say my little 2 cents about whatever the topic I got. You know, until we start rolling into something significant. Matter of fact, James' situation turned out for the better for him going to the court of the people. It turned out in his favor, so that's a plus. We were talking about that a couple weeks back, and it turned out to be prosperous, so that's a good thing. But essentially, we were talking about the officer and how much time she's facing, and different things that been going on around the country, kind of similar to that, where equal justice is not being applied. So essentially, we're just waiting. I'll say most of America is waiting to see what type of sentencing will she actually get and face. You know. Okay, you said you've been watching that trial all week. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's one of the downfalls with not watching TV. I kind of miss out on that kind of stuff. I only see it every now and then if someone posted in like a on a forum or something like that. But I haven't really. I mean, I've seen a couple of things, but not too much. So when y'all put me up on something, that makes me go to research and like, okay, they said this don't went down. All right. So we 16 minutes in. I mean, we kind of covered a couple little things, but like I said, if anybody wants to actually call in and actually not have to try to type up whatever they're thinking or whatever, I'll throw the hotline down, and then you can call it up, and I could place you in. We can go from there like that. I'm not gonna throw it up until someone actually requests it. Then hopefully we could build upon that and have more people chime in. Hopefully that got. Matter of fact, hopefully I want to say they sent an update because I remember it was a problem getting more than two people on the actual line. So hopefully they fix that complication where if more people want to come on at the same time, we can do that. Let me see here. Yeah, I always say people call in, call in. You hear what Williams is saying, call in. I know Williams will fall in when he gets the time, but the onus ain't always on Williams falling in. It could be anybody. You know, just say you want to call in. I'll throw the hotline up there. That's all you got to do. Like Rick, I'll call in, just put the hotline up, and we can make this happen. For those that's just coming in, hey, we ain't started talking about nothing too heavy yet. I mean, you can go through and scroll through the chat to see what's kind of been, up and going on. But other than that, if you want to be placed in this actual live stream, just say, Reek, I'm ready to be put in. Put me in. Put up the hotline. I don't want to throw up my number. You don't have to worry about that no more. I mean, as long as the hotline is working, I'll throw the hotline up. You could keep your anonymity, and nobody know who you are, or at least your number, as far as it comes to that. You would think by now they would, let my notifications go out more than a 1% or 5% or whatever percentile they have it. If I have well over 100,000 subscribers, this shouldn't be like that. But it's their platform; they control it. So, matter of fact, it shouldn't even be limited to how many subscribers I have, because I can scroll through YouTube and it's people that I know I'm not subscribed to, and they'll say, "Oh, this is live," or "This is live." So they're not even putting me out to this general masses. This is like I'm totally in a goldfish bowl. And if you really rock with me, you might come over to the little goldfish bowl of what should I say, like the how they got me capped off and limited, you know. Because like I said, in this day and time, it really doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. They control all that. They'll make sure you don't get no notifications, even if you rock with me. So you figure you're carrying out your day. You got many things that you're doing. You know, we all carry our phones. Usually, like say you got something on eBay you're looking at, you get a notification for that, or you got something on Amazon that you're looking for, you get a notification for that. But when it comes to YouTube, if you're not playing by their rules, they won't send notifications even if you're subscribed to that particular person because they figure he's not going off of a script. He's, essentially whatever comes to mind, he's rocking with that. And we don't want people like that because that makes people, start to question things that we don't want them to question, especially if they're melanated. We want to keep their mindscapes capped off like capstone, like, where you can no longer get information into your cranium. All right, bro. I'm glad you came in. I'm glad you came in for the little bit of time that you did and offered what you offered up, and I appreciate that. You know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to figure out a time where I know that you're up and around doing things where I could do a live where we could have a little bit more interaction than we do. You know. I appreciate your input. Yeah, as far as the I remember Choice was asking me, do I get notifications showing that it's been shared or you shared it? It's like they'll only do it one time, and then everything else will just show numbers like, okay, this many people done shared it or whatever. Usually it used to show like this person shared it on X platform or this platform or whatever, but I guess once you do it once, they don't tell you no more. That don't even make sense. That should be a way to okay, they did this. Let me, send out appreciation, or where it don't seem like, oh, I'm sharing this dude's stuff and he ain't even, showing me love in no kind of way or saying thanks. They want to build that type of mindset in you where you get jaded and don't want to rock with whoever you've been rocking with. So yeah, these algorithms control everything, and these algorithms ain't humans. It's strictly artificial intelligence. That's what they're not telling the masses. Artificial intelligence runs a lot of things that, you know, people probably are not comprehending. Matter of fact, they run a lot of these bots that come into these chat rooms. And you can tell they're a bot by the way they structure words. Like, say an ending of a sentence, it'll have a period, but the period is not spaced. They're all ran together. So that lets you know it's a bot right there. But idiotic individuals won't peep that because they just figure, oh, they just they were typing too fast and it's all ran together. No, that's a pure sign that that's an actual bot, algorithm, artificial intelligence. Like I said, I done had a family member that worked for the military. They put me up on game. So when you see anything with like in the chats, either not so much the chats but in like the comment sections, if you see it all ran together and on YouTube when it runs together, usually with a period, it makes it seem like you can click on it. Well, that lets you know it's a bot within that you know um comment section just trying to either incite something between someone else, or they're they're analyzing what the person is saying, whoever whatever channel it is, and they're speaking back to them in their dialect. So if I use certain vernaculars all the time constantly, it's going to talk to me in my vernacular. And if you're essentially idiotic and not picking up on that, you're going to be like, oh well, they kind of speaking like me. No, it's actually this computer algorithm is mimicking how you talk and is interacting with you in that way. That's why I want to say I want to say the first one they deployed that on Twitter, and I want to say Microsoft did it, and people would interact with it. You know, so many people would interact with it, and that's how it's learning because it's picking up on how people speak and how they, you know, how they map out sentences and things like that. So essentially, people started speaking so foul to it, it started responding back foul. So essentially, they said they had to shut it down, but essentially, they just probably perfected that particular system and shut that down, and then put it out within different, you know, what is it? Like think about it like this: certain channels that they don't want to hear, however they're talking, they deploy them to them. So the bot gets in there and it listens to however the person talks, and once it kind of gets so much information on how the person talks, they'll say something that is probably could strike a nerve with you, which would be a trigger. So you will start talking real sideways, and you will start being real abrasive how you speak. With you being abrasive and speaking like that, that's gonna get you to either go into the category of hate speech, or if they're speaking to you in a way where, depending on whatever their community guidelines, where you can have issues, it's gonna speak to you in that way where essentially you hit those targets where they'll be able to remove you from their platform. But they're not telling the masses this, but this is what they're actually doing. I've done seen it being in other people's live streams. Matter of fact, the same type of bot that done came in mine saying the same exact thing. Not so much the same exact thing, but things that are triggers to get the person mad, because this bot been listening to however many countless hours this person has of audios of whatever, you know. So they'll come in there and people will think this is a person that's doing that. This can't be no. I don't think the technology is advanced enough. Yeah, it is. It's advanced enough where they want to kick you off. They know if they don't deviate your message and you don't violate any of these community guidelines, they cannot kick you off. That would be racist, or they be wrongfully ostracizing you. But since you meet these qualifications of, okay, you're speaking like this, this is why we have the right to take you off, even though it was wrong that this bot, aka they want to say a person, but it's a bot, came in here and inciting whatever. So that's pretty much that situation. So when you sit in lives and you kind of watch the thing, watch how when you see something that's a problem area, the best thing to do is just delete them straight out. And the best way you can tell even further that they're a bot, click on their icon. You go right to their channel. If it doesn't have anything at all, if it doesn't have any type of videos watched, or any playlist, that lets you know it's a bot. It's a computer algorithm, artificial intelligence. Because usually regular people watch stuff, they like stuff. There's some type of interaction. If it's no interaction at all and it just shows their face and maybe subscribe and that's it, that's a bot. If you can't actually get someone on a horn, because I always champion that, like, hey, if you're not a bot, well, hit the line. Matter of fact, I done had bots in here when other people were running the particular live stream, and I'm straight talking to whatever this pretending to be a person. I'm talking to them, and with me talking to them, they're not responding. So that lets me know it cannot be a human, because if you talk to a human a certain way, or a real live person, and you say certain things, someone's going to respond to you like, oh, who are you talking to like this? But a bot is going to ignore you, because it's like, well, my objective is to make this person, whoever is running this particular live stream, upset. So I'm going to keep sending out these triggers to try to get them off message. The detour of the message, and then everybody within the particular live stream. So I'm just trying to put you up on game when it comes to this type of things. A thought bot. That's a good one, Williams. Right. Yeah, they're getting real calculated with things. With that being said, that's why you got to be disobedient, not obedient, disobedient. You know, never obedient to the ploys that they try to get us hooked into. Oh, what up? What up, Low? Oh, you say you charging your phone? All right, that's cool. Yeah, just talking about how they deploy bots essentially on a lot of brothers' channels. You know, we get the we're I guess they look at us as the crash test dummies. Like, let's see how they'll fare. Well, I know that you're bots. I know that you send triggers. I could see. Regular people don't talk like that. Is this a way that they talk? Is a way that when you read the comments, the sentences are structured, how they're you know running all together, or each word will be capitalized. That's another way to tell that as a bot. Because every time you type, not every single word is gonna. That'd be like you typing and capitalizing every single word that you say. You're not gonna do that. You're just gonna maybe capitalize the one, and maybe when you start a new sentence, maybe capitalize that. But you're not gonna capitalize every first word that you type in. That's another way to peep bots. You know, I have no problem exposing. Uh, these these platforms ploys on trying to deter brothers and sisters from getting messages, and ones that, even though, because a lot of times they'll put up a picture of someone that is melanated like us, but once you hear how the structure of their sentences, you can tell. Think about it like this: if you detect something as being as a bot, think of it how a robot would read a sentence. Now, our sentences, when we put them together, like, if you like, just think about what you wrote out. Think about reading that in a robotic way. Usually it won't come off like a robot. But if you detect, like I said, those sentences where they're ongoing, or there's a lot of extra rhyming, unnecessary rhyming or whatever, you can tell that it's a bot. Think in your mind of how a robot would read it. Like, this is a test, only a test. You got to read it in that type of fashion. That'll let you know this is a robot just picking words and putting them together. It's like we got a certain rhythm in the way that we write. So that's how I would say or advise you to detect. This is a bot. I don't care if it got a human picture. Matter of fact, I want to say, if I haven't, I'll have to repost it. But it's a website that's called what is it called? I think it's like these people aren't real, and essentially it's a computer generated picture that looks like a real human person. They look exactly like a real human person, but it's computer generated. They look like they got real hair and they look like real people. When I find the actual site, I'm gonna put it up in where I put the affirmations up, where you'll see it. Like, man, so we really can't believe the news. They can have news stories about whatever. Throw these pictures up in front of it. Nobody's never met them. Probably have testimony of people that probably are that's generated through algorithms, because it's been shown how they can manipulate standing still pictures or videos, and make it seem like, oh, this person said this or this person said that, when actually it's been altered and manipulated. But a lot of people are not versed with that technology. I got to put those links in there so you'll see like, man, I didn't notice. I didn't notice. So it's like you got to second guess a lot of things that you're seeing. You know, you can't take them verbatim. You said, I think a red flag like a red pill. Yeah, you know how you get the spider senses. Something just resonates in yourself that says it ain't right. Something just ain't right about this. That just means you got to follow up on it. Okay, what ways can I be directed to go further in thinking about this isn't right. Like I said, I'm not try. I'm gonna find. Matter of fact, let me see if I could place it in the if I could place the link in the chat, I will. So then you can go and see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna find the first one first. Let me see. Matter of fact, as soon as I find it, I don't care if you go out the live stream. I want you to go out and check this website what I'm talking about, so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see. Okay, click on that right there. Because like I said, I don't talk just to talk. I'm talking to show you that this is the technology that they got. None of those people, if you click on that particular if you click on that particular site, you'll see they can generate pictures that look like real people, and these people do not exist. The other one, trying to think if I got that site saved. Gotta find it. Where is it at? Let me see. Hold on a second, y'all. Where is it at? Gotta find on news. Think that might be it, but I'm not particularly sure. Okay, I think I found it now. Let me I'm gonna place this one in here. Go look at this one too. Okay, that's the other one, or at least that story tells about it. Matter of fact, I want to say they got actual YouTube videos within that story that you can check out and see how they can manipulate actual video to make it seem like people are saying whatever. You said, Rick, you see R. Kelly wants his girls back. The last thing I heard about R. Kelly, matter of fact, Fama was telling me about. They said something about his health is not in the best, or something like it. He been experiencing numbness in his hands, or something like that. That's the last thing, at least I heard from Fama. I haven't heard the what you just put up in the chat about R. Kelly. I'm gonna have to do some story research and hear about that. Like I said, the links that I put in there, I don't care. Leave out the live stream and go check them out. I think that's something people need to know about. Just think how they can use that. Like I said, they can use the fake faces in stories to, oh yes, and this happened to this person, and they got hit by a train or whatever, and all of that. That's why I be worried about, you think about people be just, doing videos and throwing pictures up. Well, think about it like this: they could alter your face, essentially steal your face and make it seem like you said something. Who knows if, the right people, if that gets in their hands, your actual face, where they could try to place you with in different crimes and things like that. Think about it like this: they did it on a tip where it was like, haha, look at this. I know y'all seen a video where it showed Tyson, face on Oprah and things like that. So if they can do that, just think if someone was actually doing some kind of heinous crime and they put your face on there. A jury of your peers that don't know about this technology, they see that and they're like, no, it was you. We see your face. No, that wasn't me. No, it was you. They was your same build and everything, and we got a voice print of you talking a little bit. That'd be enough to put you away forever. So what I just put up there, I mean, think about that. Just think how someone can use that nefariously to, start something and do something or create stories that get, sway your thoughts on certain things. You said that's messed up because they got him under. Hmm. Well, it seems like it's a slow night tonight. I guess it ain't a night like the other night ago. How I look at it, these lives are like an album. There's so many songs. Now tonight, the song ain't as strong as the song that was yesterday. So this might not be a top 10 live stream. So this is the mediocre live stream. But it might be tomorrow, might be the other day. Might not be none till Monday. Who knows? But I appreciate y'all. If nobody else really got nothing to say or add to the situation or call in or anything like that, I think I will wrap it up. I'll give it to at least 45 minutes, and we're about to be 43 minutes in. So I'll chill out till that time, and then I'll probably shoot out. And if not, the people that are in here, like I said, click those links, read them stories. Matter of fact, click the links within those stories to show how they actually manipulate the face. And matter of fact, the changed on that one where it says the people aren't real. If you keep refreshing your page, it'll keep changing the person's face. So you see one face, you hit refresh, and it'll change a totally another person that doesn't exist. It's some cold technology. It's never the same face twice. Never. And how you can actually tell that they're really not, real human people. I'm quite sure that's because it's the version that's for the public. If you look at their teeth look, not like anything that you would see on an actual person. I guess it could be someone that got some dental problems, but the way that the teeth are shaped, you can tell it's not real. But a lot of people kind of glance over that. Oh, you said because they got him under the radar. A lot of people respect R. Kelly, though. Yeah, it's always a team of women that oh he didn't do this, and I back him. I like his music. I mean, I guess it's to each their own, But when you got a system saying you need to feel this way about this person, I usually don't want to go along with that. They don't never say when brothers is getting wrongfully did a certain kind of way. They usually don't like to print retractments, or if they do, is real small. Like, oh, we made an error last night in reporting of this. It'll be real small versus, if they feel, oh, this is a big story, and yeah, we talked to this person, they did this and that. When the mistakes on them, it's just real small. Like, oh, we made a mistake in reporting whatever. Now sports. Yeah, I still listen to his music too. Oh yeah, nobody's with Chester Cheetah type stuff. Yeah, nobody's with that. You said, I bet if everybody plays his music and he makes them money, he will be free. Nah, I don't believe that. They've been known to steal. They don't care about. Think about it like this. R. Kelly. I know he's done made some, not just the woman that put up the money for him, just the regular citizen that put up the money, but other people, artists in the industry. I mean, y'all is totally not cool with him, where you can't, contribute nothing to his situation. I mean, that lets you know who really controls all of them. That lets you know you don't want to step out of line. Like I said, that Machiavelli cover was for a reason. Him being on a cross, being in them different states and everything, that was a warning to all the people that are artists. Like, you don't want to step out of line like him, because we'll crucify you just like him. That's essentially what that cover was about. And people are being obedient. Because figure, the media machine surviving R. Kelly, they came out with that to let all the masses see it, and earworm them, like, yeah, and this happened in there and this happened. Hollywood chopped that up. A person that made it had a actual vendetta against that brother. So I mean, come on, you ain't gonna get me to believe this one. You got all this kind of. I can see if it was people that didn't have anything to do with it, but it's people that probably done got paid from him at some time, and since the money dried up, now they feeling some kind of way. No, I'm not feeling any of that. I'm not believing any of it, because matter of fact, it's all the court of public opinion. This is not a court. It's the court of public opinion. They want to sway your public opinion, so when it goes to court, then they're gonna really drop the hammer down. Okay, you said I just watched this shit. It's crazy, Rick. But what really bothers me is I wonder why they use Obama as an example. I wonder, is he a computer? He definitely sounds like it sometimes. He does. He does. I mean, we don't know. Just like, think about it like this. I had this I seen a what is it? It was a brother that posted on social media, the last photo with Tupac, when they said this was the last photo of Tupac riding, some females took the picture or whatever. But dude zoomed in on the cause in the sight you can see the ignition, and y'all can go to Google and pull up that last picture of Tupac. If you zoom in on the ignition, it's no keys in the ignition. So that means they weren't driving. So why does it look like they're driving and there's no keys in the ignition? I don't get that. It's a brand new car and you're driving down, so they said back in 96, driving down um, in traffic in Las Vegas. So they said. But if you clearly look, if you look at that particular car, just research that model of BMW that was, and see how the ignition key looks without a key in it versus when a key's in there. It's no key in there. So when was that picture took? Who took that picture? Was that picture put together? I mean, what was it? Was that to sway the masses to believe something that really didn't go down? Yeah, I heard about dude off of Belly dying. Okay. All right. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. People put different ideas in your head, and you got to kind of think like, that is interesting. You know, what they say, picture says 1,000 words. Go look at that picture. It had me kind of shook, like, wow, why is that? Yeah, the only people that know that were actually down there, actually out there during that time of night. I mean, I remember that coming all over the radio. They broke into the radio, like, yeah, what's you call it? It's been, this done happen. Came on the news. Oh, and then it came on. I want to say it was 4:03 my time, in 4:03 or something that came on. I remember hearing it like, yeah, Tupac just died. I heard that, and that was back in September, back in '96. So, only thing I think probably can be actually real, I remember, was like if you go to YouTube and type in, when they were in the MGM after the fight, they're walking through the whole casino. You can see them walking through the whole casino, different parts and things like that. Trying to go back to the hotel they were staying at. And you can see all the crowd trailing behind them and everything. Now that actual video, that seemed like it was real, but far as after seeing that close up on that photo and not seeing the keys in, I'm like, okay, so why are you trying to mislead me? Why am I to believe this? Why is it, so many Russian outlets or a Russian outlet, trying to sway people's opinion? This is what happened. But if you check their description, it says entertainment. It doesn't say education. It doesn't say anything about its actuality. It says it's entertainment. Entertainment purposes mean is not real. So why should I pay attention to something that's not real? Oh, you said, I swear I've seen a lot of people die, black people die on social media. Yeah, lies and truth, chaos and disorder. Matter of fact, Prince had an album. He called it Chaos and Disorder. That's one of the illuminated circles models. Matter of fact, I want to say that album, it wasn't good or anything like that, but if you look at the cover, if you research it, Prince's album Chaos and Disorder, it got, I want to say it's old 1999 album cover where it's just the eye all cracked and it got, like a boot print on it and all this kind of stuff. So, Prince made some things that, it'll make you think like, man, what do you mean by that? You know, you said Trump got one thing right, and that's fake news. Most definitely. Matter of fact, I want to say it's some type of law. I'm not particularly sure, but I know it's like they could use propaganda to sway the public. And propaganda means it doesn't have to be actually real, but if it's gonna sway the public, to think a certain way for their benefit, then it's all right. Essentially, is what they're saying. So if that's the case, why should I believe any of this? Why should we believe TMZs and Russian outlets that interview brothers? No, I'm not buying into any of that. I don't need to know about that. That don't affect my life. They're trying to affect your life for you with you paying attention to it, though. You got to read in between the lines why they're doing what they're doing. Yeah, but I definitely believe you, Williams, about it being Photoshop, either photoshopped or it was all doctored from the beginning. I don't know. You know. Now I want to say technology wasn't the same technology in '96 what it is now, but you figure it probably was. It just was hidden from the public. So they probably had the technology what we got right now back then. It's just it was hidden from the public. You know, because I want to say it's a documentary. It was one of the Pac documentaries that that wasn't popular, and they were diving into saying they didn't have Nextel, two-way phones, but the people that were the security guards like we had that, and they're like that technology wasn't out then. I'm like, if you got money and you got connections, you could have any of that stuff. Just like a lot of people, were thinking, oh well, Pac got to be alive because he had these kind of shoes on. Well, if you got money, you could get shoes that haven't been released yet. I mean, because you got it like that. So it's just a lot of things that they try to push off on the public. Like, no, don't look this way, look that way. No, I'm looking the other way that you don't want me to look. What do I think about people who don't take things serious? Well, I just say get them out your circle. I mean, we're gonna always have people that don't think serious. So I know a lot of people figure, well, I got to deal with them or they got to be in my life, and that means you got to have a conversation with them. Like we can't go on like this. It's like you a freight train, I'm a freight train, but we on opposite tracks heading the same way. We're gonna crash and derail. I don't want any of that. So we either gonna have to, be able to switch the track where you go your way, I go my way without no type of collision. But that's me. That's my opinion on that. And I know it is not always simple, especially if you don't been with a person 10, 15 years. You got hella history. You got hella things together and everything. If you're talking about a lady friend or someone that you've been in close quarters with, you know, that might be a more sticky situation. But I just say you have to have a real serious conversation, a real serious powwow to get to the bottom of things. Okay, did you see the camera phone that they had at Mike Tyson's fight in '95 or '96? Someone showed the picture on Tyson's podcast. No, I didn't see that. See, I've been lacking on watching this podcast. I need to pick back up and start watching them again. But I wouldn't doubt it. Matter of fact, a lot of people, I don't think that interviews readily available, but they were asking Steve Jobs, who essentially created Apple. They said, what was your thought when you made the iPhone? When you first made the iPhone, he said, well, I didn't make the iPhone first. He said, I made the iPad first, and then I made the iPhone. So back when all those iPhones were out, you know, it was actually the iPad that was first. But you know why I know that is so true to what he said? If you watch A Space Odyssey 2001, that was filmed back in 19, I mean, it came out, I don't want to say 68, but it probably was filmed in 1967. They had iPads in that movie back in 67. So that lets you know they have technology way before it's actually released. That's down there, what, 30, 40 years back that they had that technology. So that's how they have technology. Like, we got it, but we ain't releasing it to the public yet. And it's only a certain section of the population that's gonna have it. So I could believe, someone having an iPhone at, one of Tyson's fights, you know, they had that technology. If the certain people that's, in high ranking places, they could have things like that. We got to start looking at it like this. Our technology is 50 years ahead So what we're getting now, the general public, we may think, oh man, this is high tech. No, this is pales in compared to what's really out, you know. And you only see, it's like more you start to wake up, more you start to pay attention to certain things, you be like, okay, all right, I could believe this happening. Why? This is why, you know. Oh, you said look at Knight Rider talking to the watch. Yeah, look at Dick Tracy, the comic books with Dick Tracy, where he's talking on the to someone on the watch and everything. And that was back in what, the 40s or something like that, 40s, 30s, 20s or something like that. Dick Tracy. So yeah, they've been having this type of technology. They just want to give it to the public. Oh no, this is science fiction. No, that's science fact. When you hear science fiction, it's science fact. They got that technology in some form. Just like I said, go watch Deja Vu with Denzel Washington, where essentially they could go back in time and see what happened. They probably got something. Matter of fact, let me restate that. They do have something like that. Matter of fact, the Vatican got it, where they can see back in, essentially back into the future, or a time machine, where they can visually see what's going on back in the day or what's going on in the future. It's called a Chrome visor. Chrome visor. Type in Vatican Chrome visor or Chromavision. It's something like that. It's a technology where they can see to the past and into the future. The Vatican got that. I know that's a fact. I done read about that a few times. But it's like, okay, we know about this. What's it gonna do? Because we ain't got no access to it. But just to know that they have this type of technology, that almost make you think. Since they got that type of technology, how many of them do they have, and how many situations can they alter? You think I sit back and think sometimes, like, okay, if they got this kind of technology where they could change, the future or the past and affect people's lives, just think if they change something and alter something within, one of our family members' lives, or our family, and someone wrongfully died. Like, man, it don't even make sense for them to die like that. You know what I'm saying? But then if you figure they altered it, then that's the reason why. You know. But like I said, check out. It's called Chrome Visor, Chrome Vision. I know it's Chrome something in the Vatican. It's a technology where they can see into the past and into the future. Rick, what you think about what you think about you leave loved ones, but once you back, but you like them both, but you moved on, so they all try to put it in your face. Like, you saying if you got a old flame or something, and she wants you, and your current one, I mean, if you talking about you had an old situation and a new situation, and the old one wants you back. No, that really falls on you. Who you really want to rock with? If you really want to rock with this one, then do that one. I mean, if they're the types that they ain't got no issue with, having someone else around, then I guess that's cool. But this America, people don't really operate like that. So I just say, pick the situation where you ain't gonna have whatever strife you're gonna have. You know, that lays with the person that's doing the selecting, or got the option. You know, oh, multiple women with different personalities. Well, that's a schizophrenia. I don't want to deal with nobody with no multiple personality. They got mental issues. You can't fix mental issues. Mental issues are mental issues. They need some medical help with that. I mean, I didn't go to school to be trained to deal with that kind of situation, and I don't think you have, or anybody that's dealing with nothing like that has. So to me, that's playing with fire. Nah, I'll pass on any schizophrenia type thinking or anything like that. That ain't that deal. So it says we have 6 people in here, but only Lowe and Williams is speaking up. So who else is out there? I don't know if James is still here, and I know Bro done went out. So who else is in here that's not saying anything? You said okay, but with you, no matter what, like um, I don't know. I mean, it sounds good, but I mean, if you like drama and all that, I mean, I guess that's for you. I don't like drama. I don't like having to, get into a mind space that I don't often visit. I don't like that. But I mean, I guess if you like entertaining that kind of stuff and that's your thing, then hey, have at it. Me, I don't like no drama. I don't like nobody that really ain't playing with a full deck. Hey, Lo, is that your bro that done came in? Let me see. Just not the same house, but they still come around. Nah, I'm not entertaining it because that's nothing could come good of that situation. You already saying one is kind of like got mental issues. I'm good. I don't care how good they look. Mental issues is mental issues. You know, I'm quite sure we don't all met someone that ooh, I could have my way and do all this. But if they got some type of mental problem where it can cause some issue, you're gonna be like, I'm foregoing this. I ain't even getting entangled with that. I don't even want any of those problems. This is not gonna end right. You know? Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Man. We've been on 67 minutes. I appreciate the thumbs up. If you haven't liked this particular live stream, if you can't talk, if you just well, I was gonna say if you're not signed in, you can't even like it, and that's what's messed up. Even if you're just watching it and you don't got you're not actually signed into YouTube, you cannot like the video. That's crazy. You should be able to like it, but I guess that's their way of trying to limit to, how many likes a person can get. Because I guess people could go to Apple Store and be like, okay, like it, like it, like it, like it. If you ain't got a actual YouTube account, they're hindering all that. And probably even if you do, they're just like, no, we'll just take away his like. Oh, we just in there chopping it up. I mean, you can scroll through the chat and see what we were kind of conversing about. We kind of went all over from R. Kelly to certain kind of relationships between women to artificial intelligence. We kind of touched a lot of things. Nothing too heavy, but we done touched some topics. And I understand people, have things to do. Sometimes they don't feel like they may have had a long day, don't feel like calling in or anything like that. So it's understandable. It be like that sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, I try to keep it as as high caliber as possible. Some days I have off nights. Maybe I'm operating at 77. If my energy's low, I'm at a 42 or something like that. But I try to keep high 90s, close to 100 all the time. You know, I ain't gonna bullshit you. I ain't gonna try to mislead you. I always try to show the avenues of where you can get the information, so you don't be like, oh no, just believe me. Don't listen to anything else. No, go research it. I don't have to try to pull the wool over your eyes. That ain't how I'm built. It's all about revealing facts. But man, I know some of y'all probably just fell in here. You know, I look at it like this. It ain't jumping like yesterday. Yesterday, shoot. Like I said, I was shocked we went 3 hours yesterday. But it be like that sometimes. I guess some beyond people's mind. They be like, man, I want to speak on this, and let you run with it. Especially you got people chiming in on it. But I appreciate y'all coming in. Hey, join me again tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. And matter of fact, catch up with the archives. I got archives. Even though I'm ending this particular live stream, you can go to all the older ones. Matter of fact, go to the oldest videos and go in reverse and watch, some of the older videos or things like that. You could do that. Yeah. Like I said, we got hella live streams. Matter of fact, I recommend this. Go to now this one, the thumbnail is baby blue. Go to the one that's gold. That's the one with Sir Bree. Sir Bree was handling trolls that night, and he was speaking on some real truth. So go to that one. Even though I'm gonna end this one, go to that one. Scroll down to the one with the gold background that looks just like this baby blue one, and that was a pretty good live stream right there. Since I'm about to end this one, but I appreciate y'all coming in. Join me again tomorrow.